Hello, Howell family. This is Prince Kerr, the voice of HC. I hope you're all doing great. Before we get into this video, please hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm. It will be greatly appreciated. In today's conversation, I wanted to discuss being taken for granted before our video this week. So let's talk about it. In order to rise from a situation where you feel like you are being taken for granted, it is important to first assess and have a clear idea of what being taken for granted means to you. In a general sense, though, we feel that we are being taken for granted when people are not appreciative of who we are or of the significance of our impact in their lives, or when people are quick to discredit or miscredit you for your contribution in a given situation. But why do we feel this way? Simply put, if what is being done to you is wrong and intentional, then why are you tolerating it in your life? And if it is being done unintentionally, why are you not addressing the situation for what it is? Unfortunately, familiarity is often a breeding ground for disrespect. After being around you for so long, people often feel that they've figured you out. So they try to act according to who they think you are, as opposed to interacting with who you actually are. Sometimes it's not even that people have intentions to offend you. It's happening from a natural reaction to what you have been tolerating thus far. Think of this like a sort of conditioning. If you allow something that disturbs you or makes you uncomfortable to go unchecked, it is likely to grow, because you are giving it permission to be. Imagine this like gardening the perfect batch of your favorite vegetables, and then noticing that there are one or two pests in a small section of your crop. Because you are a gardener, you know that you don't like pests, and you are aware of the damage that pests can do to your crops. By not tending to the issue, you are allowing the pests to feel comfortable with being in your crops. So now the pests feel like, this is not your crops, this is our crops. And before you know it, they are all over your garden, a part of what you've spent so much time, energy, and care to create. You now have a much bigger problem to deal with, which will require much more energy than what it would have cost if you had just addressed it when you first noticed it. Always remember, you teach people how to treat you by how you treat yourself. If you allow for disrespect, disregard, or simply an absence of love to be, you are allowing that truth to nest and breed into your reality. The best way to avoid being taken for granted is twofold. First, it is to address the situation as it occurs. And second, it is to know your boundaries and always respect them. First, to address the situation is to express yourself and to put your self-awareness on display. To address the situation is to speak up for yourself. This does not mean to lose your temper. However, it does mean to clearly communicate your displeasure to the best of your abilities when it occurs. Addressing the situation does not mean that the issue will be solved. However, it does open the opportunity for a dialogue, which can lead to your desired results. It is important to accept that sometimes you are being taken for granted unknowingly, and one conversation could solve most of the perceived issue. Second, it is to know your boundaries and to always respect them. This means to not act out of fear of losing a person, because what is true will continue to be true in the light of truth, while only what is untrue will dissolve and disappear. This may mean to start exploring in the faith and confidence that there are people in this world today that want to know you for you and would love to have the honor and privilege to respect you. Always remember, you do not have to stay in a place that you are not invited. You do not have to sacrifice respect to exist in places that you are not celebrated. Sometimes our problems are created because we keep going back to the same solutions that did not work before, in hopes that they may work in the future. we keep going back to the same people that take us for granted or belittle us in hopes that the reality of what the situation is will be different. But it is important to always remember, as quoted by Einstein, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Why are you choosing to be insane? Expand, try new, try different, but always respect your boundaries. Be strong enough to let go and wise enough to prepare for what you deserve. Once your boundaries are clear, if you don't feel safe in someone's presence or their energy, it is important to accept that you cannot force a vibe that is not there into reality. Move forward. Your intuition speaks to you at the right place and time. If someone is not for you, inside, you will know. Sometimes we are blessed that things didn't happen the way we expected them to. Some people are hooked on what they expect you to be, and that has you trying to keep up an image of yourself, which causes you to slow down on your actual progress. Be who you are. You deserve your own respect. You do not have to exist in a reality that you are being taken for granted. But let's have a conversation about that in the comment section. Why do you think you are being taken for granted? If you want to hear more of my thoughts and enjoy these types of videos, leave a comment in the comment section. I'll see you on the next episode of Conversations on Howell Consultations, the how-to being true to you.